suggest is, what if Naruto was the ultimate life form? Maybe some of you may be confused by the title or the thumbnail, because I kind of released this what if before, but I confused it with another what if, which was what if Naruto was used as a weapon part 2. So this is a new what if on the channel. And the like goal for this video is going to be 400 likes, so make sure to like, share the video to a friend who likes this, or just anime content in general. Basically, Naruto in this what if is just going to be like the ultimate weapon, the ultimate beast, whatever you want to call him. But we'll just have to see what his backstory entails. Comment down below what his suggestions Naruto based. Subscribe, as I want to hit 5K by June and 10K by the end of the year. Check out my boy Unknown X Shinobi's channel down below in the description, as he made a what if similar to this one, though they are very different. But if you want to see a similar what if, check this one out, and just check him out, as he's a very good friend of mine. And he's trying to hit 3K, or no, he's trying to hit 4K. He actually just hit 3K, so go congratulate him on that one. I spoke to him about doing the what if. He was fine with it, even though these aren't the same concepts. I just didn't want to stir anything up. So with that being said, let's get into the backstory of this outlandish what if. Naruto at birth would be bestowed with the blessing of not only the Sage of Six Paths, but also Kaguya Otsutsuki, to be the child of prophecy, the one to restore power to the world that Kaguya had once lived on, the one to defeat the Otsutsukis that she had feared long ago. And for the sake of this what if, this blessing is going to give Naruto access to immortality, an extremely above average strength ability, as well as having chakra scaling above most people. And with that being said, let's hop into the video. Naruto would wake up at the age of 8 years old, tied to metal shackles and having 3 decently sized metal poles sticking out of his body. As he violently hacked and coughed up blood, Two-Leaf Anbu would appear, walking into the cage-like room that Naruto had been in. Naruto would open his eyes to the bright encompassing light, so vibrant it made his eyes squint and the pigmentation within his eyes sprout. He hadn't seen sunlight in 7 days. The Anbu would then close the door, as Naruto's head would then tilt back to the floor, as his slight grimace faded into a look of drought, a look of despair. The Anbu would then dip metal poles into fire, as they became scorching hot. As this process began, the Anbu would start to talk to each other, the only thing that kept them occupied while torturing Naruto. It's not every day you get to torture the demon, the one who killed Lord Third. Yeah, you're right about that. Naruto would muther under his breath. I didn't kill the Hokage, I swear. Nobody would believe him anyways. Even if he hadn't done it, they would both then exhale as they began the torture. This process would have Naruto be violently slashed in and through Naruto's body. Once they were down, they would impale him with the blades. The Anbu would then look at Naruto with despair as they witnessed Naruto's wounds start to close, healing. They would. They were told by other Anbu that when this happens, they are to splash him with hot, scorching water, so that they would do. Naruto would scream out in pain. Gah! Tears would spring down from Naruto's eyes. It was an assassin, not me, Naruto would say, as his eyes became blurred from tears filling them. He would then pass out, waking up in an unfamiliar landmark. He would look around, being brought to a peculiar machine, a guillotine. Naruto's head would then be chopped off, but surprisingly, he had regenerated completely from this attack. It was the 47th time they had tried this method of torture, and Naruto couldn't handle it, pushing his head downward and onto his heart as he clenched it, letting it explode in his hands. Naruto would die for but a 100th of a second, as his heart would mend itself back together. Naruto would be happy. He had died for if only a mere instance in time, but he had still died. He was happy for a 100th of a second. something he could barely feel. He had been free from the torment of not only the Leaf's Ambu, but the villagers that would watch him every day through black and white cameras and in person when he had outside torture. When thousands gathered to watch him get beaten to death, Naruto would then be dragged by 4 Ambu, stretching out his limits to max capacity. Basically, they stretched his limbs, another form of torture, while they dragged him to another location. They would then throw Naruto into a pit of ashes as he lay on these ashes which had been formed from the carcasses of dead animals. He had the best sleep he had ever had, as every other time he had slept, he had been hanging from some sort of object or on hard grass and dirt, riddled with his own blood. Why, Naruto had thought, why had he been beaten every time he lived? Even now, he had many weapons impaled inside of him. His torso had been almost completely gouged out by the Ambu earlier. Who were his parents, he thought? Was this their fate as well? Pushed onto me through some vile curse. The immortality I have, the strength I withhold is no blessing like it should have been. Theoretically, at least. It's a curse, something that subjects me to forever survive. If I didn't have any of these gifts from my birth, then this cycle of torment would have ended a long time ago. But it's gone on for what feels like eons, but is only years. When I was 6 years old, Naruto thought, when an assassin killed Lord Third, and I was the only one there, so the death of Lord Third was placed on Naruto, even outright pinned on him, making Naruto look like a cold stone killer, and a monster, a vile creature, a being that knows no mercy, somebody who would kill a Kage, even having the title, the child who slayed a Kage, a fitting name, but a false one. Naruto had done nothing wrong, but was still looked down upon. 4 days later, the Leaf had been pressed by the Cloud and outright invaded. The Cloud had been much more aggressive, as the Hidden Leaf had lost one of their most formidable Kage, and had also lost B, what was their most powerful weapon, the Nine Tails, at least in the Cloud's eyes. They had basically subjected a mere child to torture, meaning that if this child is the strongest in the village, at least military power-wise, then they've been torturing their strongest weapon, and it would be of no use. And they had treated him poorly, so much so that he was non-apparent in the Leaf's military power. He wasn't even in their academy, so they would sense his chakra with the help of Killer B, who through the 8 Tails had a connection to the boy. They were both Jinchuriki. B would find Naruto in a place that smelt poorly and had been riddled with flies and other creatures like rats, picking up the boy and throwing him out of the ash pit of sorts and onto the soft grass that lie outside of the pit. Naruto would tell who he thought was the Leaf Ambu that it hadn't been time to kill him again. It hadn't been time for torture. "Don't stab me again," Naruto would yell out. "Please don't stab me. Don't kill me again. It's not time. That's what the other Ambu said." B would then tell Naruto that he is not there to hurt him, chuckling to himself. Nor kill him. He wants to save him from his harsh treatment. Naruto would instantly stand, breaking the handcuffs on his hands with his extreme strength and releasing insane amounts of dopamine and serotonin as he walked with B. He would look around, seeing ninja battling one another, asking about the conflict, with B saying that they had invaded the village, looking for him to take him back to their own village and raise him. Naruto would be surprised. To do this all for me, Naruto thought in the back of his head. He also thought that it could have been some sick plan made by the villagers' elders to torture him even further. But he pushed those thoughts away, as B told him that he would also increase their military power by extension. They would become the most powerful village. Naruto would say as long as he wasn't tortured, he would be fine with going to this village, the hidden Cloud Village. They would then pass by many other ninja, who would attack B, but luckily for B, he outclassed these ninjas severely and greatly, being able to handle them with ease and cutting edge. On their way to the cloud, the other Cloud Shinobi fighting would retreat, seeing no need to continue their raid on the once formidable village. The village had now been reduced to what it seemed like ashes, with only strong fighters like Kakashi, Guy, Asuma, Kiranai, etc. seeing the light of day. The rest were slaughtered by the Cloud's ninja, and some father ninja survived only due to Kakashi and people like Kakashi and Guy's formidable strength being able to hold off the Cloud ninja. Naruto would then talk to the army of the top-ranking ninja from the Cloud Village, like Darui, Yugito, C, Samui, and many others. They would then arrive at the hidden cloud as he entered the magnificent village, speaking to the Kage of the village immediately. As they sat with each other, all ninja in the room would leave, leaving A and Naruto to talk to each other alone. A would ask Naruto of his full name, with Naruto saying Uzumaki Naruto. A would nod, telling Naruto that he doesn't look like a killer in the slightest. That leads him to believe that he didn't kill the third Hokage. Naruto would smile. How did you... A would cut off Naruto. I don't think you killed Hiruzen in the slightest. You just look like the boy who was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Something that many people have been in. And it was pinned on you and resulted in you being tortured several times over, as well as what people speculate to be killed several times over. Which leads into my second theory. You're immortal. And with that being said, this has been What If Naruto Was the Ultimate Life Form. And the like goal for this video is going to be 400 likes for another part fall close behind this one. So make sure to like, share the video to a friend, likes for this or just anime content in general. Subscribe as I want to hit 5K by June and 10K by the end of the year. And check out my Discord server down below in the description, as well as Unknown X Shinobi's channel. And as always, Rami X. Oh.